How's it going, guys? Hope you guys are having a great week. So it is that time of the month again, guys. It is time to talk about some of the biggest game releases coming out in July 2023. So let's kick off. The first game coming out this month is The Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie. Trails into Reverie was actually a 2020 Japanese RPG developed by Nihon Falcom, released exclusively in Japan, and it is finally getting an English release this month. It is the 10th installment in the main Trails series. The game actually takes place after the Great Twilight and 5 months after the events of Trails of Cold Steel 4. It focuses on the intertwining fates of 3 protagonists operating throughout Zemuria: the hero Reen Schwarzer, the liberator Lloyd Bannings, and the rogue and masked person named C. The perspective of the game alternates between these 3 groups through the Trails to Walk mechanism. Trails into Reverie plays similarly to the Trails of Cold Steel games, being a traditional Japanese role-playing video game with turn-based battles. I know this will be a title that Edge will be very interested in, as he is a huge Trails fan and has recommended this series on several occasions. If you're looking for a good RPG series to jump into, Trails into Reverie is set for release on the 7th of July. The second game coming out this month is Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. This is an upcoming supernatural mystery horror graphic adventure game developed by Night School Studio and published by Netflix Games. 5 years after the events of Oxenfree, Riley returns to her hometown of Kamina to investigate mysterious radio signals. What she finds is more than she bargained for. As you play, you'll shape every step of the story through your choices and how you choose to deal with these supernatural events at hand. 5 years ago, on nearby Edwards Island, a few teenagers unwittingly opened a portal, creating a rift between realities and timelines. Now, members of a mysterious cult-like group called Parentage are deliberately trying to open a new portal to pull something out. Tap into the eerie sounds and static using Oxenfree's signature radio mechanic. You'll communicate with the supernatural, manipulate the world, and travel to the past by tuning into time tears, unnatural fissures in the time-space continuum. Sound intriguing? Oxenfree 2 releases on the 12th of July across multiple platforms. The third game coming out this month is EXO Primal. This is an upcoming third-person shooter game developed and published by Capcom. It is a PvPvE style game in which the player assumes control of an EXO fighter who must compete in a series of combat challenges set by a sinister artificial intelligence calling itself Leviathan. These combat challenges pit you against massive hordes of dinosaurs and mutated prehistoric creatures. The combat and gameplay actually looks kind of fun, with the game featuring multiple exosuit armors, each with its own weapons and abilities. Exosuits are primarily categorized into one of 3 roles: assault, tank, and support. Players can change exosuits at any time, even during battle, allowing you to alter your team's composition on the fly. There are 10 confirmed exosuits available on release, with more promised to be added at a later date in content updates. If you're looking for a fun jump in and jump out co-op game to play with your friends, EXO Primal looks to have you covered when it releases on the 14th of July across all platforms except the Switch, and it will actually be a day 1 release on Game Pass. The fourth game coming out this month is Viewfinder. This is a mind-bending first-person adventure game from Sad Owl Studios in which you can bring pictures to life by placing them into the world. Bring photographs, paintings, sketches, screenshots, and postcards to life while reshaping the world to solve puzzles and uncover the mysteries left behind by the founders. I got to play the demo of Viewfinder as part of the Steam Next Fest this year, and I really enjoyed my experiences with it. It was one of the most unique and interesting puzzle-solving games that I have played this year, and I'm looking forward to uncovering more when it releases on the 18th of July. The fifth game coming out this month is Ember Knights. This is an action roguelite from developer Doom Turtle. It supports 1 to 4 players where you play as legendary knights, the last spark of hope against the mad sorcerer Praxis and his hordes of unwavering fiends. Wield weapons and skills, build synergies with game-changing relics, and free the universe of Praxis's corruption. Through action-packed combat rooms, you'll need to chain your attacks and perfectly time your skills to unleash fiery attacks. Agile and fearless, use your pace and dodge to outsmart and counter your enemies. The game has been in early access since April 2022. The game currently actually sits at an overwhelmingly positive on Steam with 96% positive rating from about 2,000 reviews, and it is finally getting a 1.0 launch this month on the 18th of July. The 6th game coming out this month is Pikmin IV. This is an upcoming strategy game from Nintendo. The basic premise of the game is as follows. Captain Olimar, the protagonist of previous Pikmin games, crash lands on a mysterious planet during one of his adventures and becomes stranded. The rescue corps are dispatched to save him, only for them to crash land on the planet as well. The game's main story focuses on the efforts of a new recruit whom the player can customize their appearance for the first time in a Pikmin game. You are sent to the location and are tasked with rescuing missing members of the rescue corps. To recover the missing rescue members, the player will also need to recover various items to repair the corps' crashed ship in order to access new areas, with certain rescue members making it a mobile base camp for the duration of the mission. Alongside using Pikmin, the game introduces a new dog-like creature called Ochi, who the player can command. Like the Pikmin, Ochi can help with carrying objects and attacking enemies, but can also be used to break objects and transport both the player and Pikmin around an area, as well as cross bodies of water. The game will also feature a new day and night system, allowing players to freely explore the area during the night without having to mandatory retreat at the end of the day. Alongside the single player mode, the game will include 2-player co-op and competitive multiplayer modes, known as Dandori battles. In these, players can compete with an AI opponent alone or with a friend, or compete against each other across a range of battlegrounds. Fans of the series have been waiting for a new Pikmin game for 10 years, and the wait will finally be over when it releases on the 21st of July. The 7th game coming out this month is Remnant II. This is a Souls-like third-person shooter game from Gunfire Games. It is a sequel to 2019's Remnant from the Ashes that pits survivors of humanity against new deadly creatures and godlike bosses across terrifying worlds. It is a cooperative game that can be played with 2 other friends or solo if you prefer. Players can wield up to 2 guns alongside their melee weapons. Players can choose from 5 archetypes at the beginning of the game, each with their own unique abilities. For example, the Gunslinger focuses on the use of firearms. Their unique ability is Loaded, which instantly reloads all weapons the character is carrying. The Challenger class can unleash a shockwave that disintegrates enemies and utilizes big, heavy melee attacks and a powerful shotgun to decimate enemies, while the Hunter class has a dog companion who will aid you in combat. Their prime perk ability is Bonded, which allows their dog companion to revive the character after they have fallen in battle. This archetype will likely be a great one to use when playing solo. While the first game features procedural generation by changing a level's layout and enemy spawn points, it has been significantly expanded in Remnant 2. According to Gunfire Games, enemy types, the aesthetic of a region, boss battles, NPCs, and the game's storyline and quests are also randomly generated. Dante and I are definitely interested in checking this out, and we may well review the game after it releases on the 25th of July. The 8th game coming out this month is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This is finally getting a PC launch this month. It was one of the best games to come out in 2021, and Rift Apart definitely showcased the power and potential of the PlayStation 5 perfectly. I thoroughly enjoyed the game and I can't recommend it enough, and I'm delighted that PC players will get to experience this fantastic third-person shooter platform game from Insomniac Games, but now with improved features including unlocked frame rates, ultra-wide support, ray tracing, and DLSS 3 support, among many other features. Let's hope this release falls more in line with Sony's more successful PC ports like God of War or Horizon Zero Dawn, rather than their more disappointing port of The Last of Us Part 1 when it releases on the 26th of July. The 9th game coming out this month is The Expanse, a Telltale series. This is an upcoming video game that is being co-developed by Telltale Games and Deck 9. It is a prequel to the television series The Expanse and is releasing episode 1 this month, with subsequent episodes releasing every 2 weeks. Within the game, you assume the role of Kamina Drummer, the executive officer aboard the Artemis, a scavenging ship hunting for a big score in the outer regions of the belt. You must corral a crew rife with tense relationships and powerful personalities and make tough decisions that will decide everyone's fate. Contend with the unforgiving brutality of space, the politics of a corrupt solar system, the animosities of your crew, and Drummer's own conflicting responsibilities to the people she cares about and the belt she has sworn to protect. There is no right or wrong path, only your choices and the consequences they unleash. As a huge Telltale Games fan and a fan of sci-fi in general, I am extremely interested in checking out The Expanse, especially now that I know it's a prequel, as I haven't watched the TV series and have no knowledge on the world and its lore, but I know it is a bit of a cult classic, which makes me even more interested to check this out when it releases on the 27th of July. And finally, the 10th game coming out this month is Disney Illusion Island. This is a 2D platformer using the visual style of the recent The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse shorts. Join Mickey and friends on a quest to explore the mysterious island of Monoth and recover 3 mystical books to save the world from disaster. You can play solo or grab up to 3 friends in 4-player couch co-op. Playable characters include Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Donald. This game looks absolutely beautiful and has some serious nostalgia vibes for me, given that Castle of Illusion is one of my favorite games on the Sega Mega Drive when growing up. I cannot wait to play this with Fish, Edge, and Dante when it releases on the 28th of July. So there you have it, guys. Those are just some of the titles coming out in July. I think a pretty nice varied selection of games to choose from there. But let me know what you guys think of this list in the comment section below. Are there any games set to be released this month that you are definitely going to be playing? Any games that you felt I missed and I should have mentioned in this list? Please do share those in the comment section below. Anyway, I'll be back again next month with my top game releases in August. It's just going to get busier and busier and busier as the months go on. So hopefully you guys will find these lists really useful when it comes to deciding which games you want to pick up and play and which games you may check out later. Anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful week. Take care, everybody. And as always, happy gaming. Bye, guys. I should go.